since I last made a video, but I wanted to start trying to make something more relevant, such as a video talking about how supplies are important, but their price isn't. Many people seem to have the impression that you need to get expensive art supplies to get good results, and many artists are like cementing this notion when actually you can get pretty good results and you can learn a lot from very cheap materials. Um, and one huge mistake I usually see on artists passing on the wrong message is, for example, artists comparing, let's call them Crayola for namesake, since apparently the internet goes better with that, but basically water-based markers, comparing them to Copics or similar, which are alcohol-based markers. Basically, you cannot blend water-based markers the same way that you can blend alcohol-based markers, because they're completely different mediums. That would be like comparing watercolors and um, oil paints. Um, they're completely different, so you will always get different results with both. And if one result is better than the other, that depends on the one judging. There is no absolute truth on that. I've seen people doing amazing work with water-based markers, and they themselves say that they wouldn't be able to do something like that with alcohol-based markers. And this is because it's not about the type of material you use, but um, how you use them, and if they are fitted for you. That's why I think it's always best to buy the cheaper possible options you can get, versus spending a lot of money to try a medium. Let's say, for example, alcohol-based markers. The Copics are great because of their brush nib, but when it comes to their ink and how they behave, you can get much cheaper options to try them out. I bought a whole set of alcohol-based markers from eBay. They cost me about 50 cents each marker, so that's a huge difference compared to Copics, which run about um, 4 to 7 euros each marker. Um, and I I find that they do a great um, job in comparison. I have a couple of Copics. You see me using one or two on this video, but I think that having the set from eBay is a huge improvement for me as an artist, because then I can get a lot more colors for a lot less. So I have more to work with, which if I had Copics, I wouldn't be able to do as much. Um, and besides, if I wanted to try alcohol-based markers, it's always best to spend just a little bit of money to try them out, rather than spending a fortune on a Copic set, and then if you end up not liking the medium, you just spent a, a huge amount of money on that experience alone. Um, so I think it's always best to try the medium first, even if you buy children's grade materials like children's grade watercolors and such. Try to look for those that are not the cheapest, worst quality, like for example markers that water-based markers that have real thin nibs, or um, pencils that are so cheap. Um, the cheaper ones that are worst quality are usually just rounded, and the lead is just too soft and doesn't really paint much. um, Try to look for the not the cheapest alternatives, but um, the ones that do have some quality to them. um, if you try around, or if you're a student and you know your material, you will know which ones are the worst, and those are the ones to avoid. But you can get good ones for cheap. Try them out. Do not judge items, art supplies, by their price. Try them out. You can have some nice surprise. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on my next video.